So I decided to force myself to rewatch Dragon Ball Evolution. Why? Because you tell me I have no fucking clue why I rewatched it. So yes, as the title and the intro said, I forced myself to rewatch Dragon Ball Evolution. This garbage piece of shit that I own on Blu-ray, that I actually spent money on to own on Blu-ray. Why? Because it's been almost 10 years since I watched it. Maybe I thought I was wrong. Maybe it's not that bad as people have said it is, and even I have said it is because I watched it with my own eyes. But back 9 or 10 years ago, I didn't watch it in the one sitting. I watched it in segments before going to school, and then for when I was doing up my list for videos to come out for this month, I thought, hey, I haven't watched Dragon Ball Evolution for a while. Wouldn't it be a fun idea if I sat down and watched it again? I literally just finished watching it. And I hate myself for forcing myself to rewatch it. It's that bad. I turned it off after 10 minutes, took a 5 to 10 minute break, and then went back to rewatch it, to finish watching it for this video. To say I'm an idiot is a fucking understatement. So, what is Dragon Ball Evolution? For those who didn't grow up watching Dragon Ball Z, or Dragon Ball GT, which we don't talk about GT like we don't talk about Dragon Ball Evolution. Well, Dragon Ball Evolution is a live action movie based off of the original Dragon Ball manga by mangaka Akira Toriyama that got really popular in the 80s and 90s, and then stopped. It stopped after the end of Z because Akira Toriyama back then, he was pumping out the comic chapters weekly, and he swore he'd never do it again. And then, because of how popular Dragon Ball is as a franchise, they decided to make it into a live action movie. And, they had the perfect source material. The original source material is about a monkey kid who, Goku has a tail and he goes off on an adventure with new friends that he makes along the way. Bulma, Oolong, Yamcha, Puar, and they're off to collect the 7 mystical Dragon Balls that once you collect all 7, you get a wish from the Eternal Dragon Shenlong, or Shenron if you watch the dub. And the first arc is basically that. That's the first couple of chapters in the Dragon Ball series, and it ends after they defeat the evil. I was going to say Oolong, but no, it's Pilaf. Emperor Pilaf is the main villain. Is Emperor Pilaf in this? God, no. They just skipped Emperor Pilaf, the Red Ribbon Army, and went straight to Demon King Piccolo, played by James Marsden, who also played Spike in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, who is a massive Dragon Ball fan. And he got stuck in one of the worst Dragon Ball movies. I feel sorry for him. But thankfully he did come back in Dragon Ball Super to provide the English voice for Zamasu. Anyway, I keep getting distracted here. So, Yeah, so the story basically follows Goku, who is a high schooler. He just turned 18, and his grandfather Gohan, or Gohan, as Roshi in this movie calls him, gives Goku the four-star Dragon Ball. And Piccolo, Lord Piccolo in this, not Demon King Piccolo or King Piccolo, um, is on. He's come back after 2,000 years and wants to get the Dragon Balls and get Ozaru, one of his close henchmen, who is a literal ape, um, and to rule the world again, like he did in the past. And so he goes off to collect the Dragon Balls. Gohan dies. Um, Goku meets up with Bulma. They go off and meet Master Roshi. Then they go off and meet Yamcha. But also Chi Chi, his future wife, goes to the same high school. Which in the original Dragon Ball, Goku is only 14 and hasn't lives in the wilderness. He doesn't know of school. The best way to describe it as Chi Chi does in the actual Dragon Ball is he's a hillbilly hick with no education. That's actually the best way to describe Goku in Dragon Ball. Not in Evolution though. Evolution, he actually has the brains of sorts. Then they bastardized key control to be fucking uh, airbending, like from Avatar, The Last Airbender, and they fucked up the Kamehameha, where the Kamehameha basically can light candles, it's air, and you can use it to fucking heal someone, and turns out Goku is this Ozaru because in the actual show, Goku is a Saiyan from the planet Vegeta, or originally Sadala. And Saiyans are half. They look like humans, but they're not really humans. But they're the best way to describe it is they're half human, half monkey. Where once every full moon, if they still have their tail, they turn into Ozarus. And yeah, the movie is bad when the movie ends at an hour 15 into the hour and 24-minute runtime. So that's 10 minutes of credits to sit through for a post credit scene where it turns out that Piccolo is still alive, which went nowhere because this movie is so shit. I fucking hate myself for fucking forcing myself to rewatch this shit. Never again. Never again will I sit through Dragon Ball Evolution because it is so shit. They get every character fucking wrong. But to be fair, Bulma does more in this than she has in the actual Dragon Ball universe. Like Bulma is she's a genius. She's the daughter of the person, Mr. Briefs, who invented the Capsule Corporation, which is you basically get these hoi poi capsules, you throw it, kaboom, house, kaboom, car. Depends on which capsule you have. And, she's supposed to be this genius, but she's more of an action person. Bulma doesn't even look like Bulma. Bulma only has 2 streaks of blue hair. That's it. And she's supposed to be, her hair is legit supposed to be blue. But I could get into the whole whitewashing of this movie as well. The actor who plays Goku, I was surprised actually had a career after this. Like, he was in Shameless US for several episodes. He was actually he played a superhero in Doctor Who: The Return of Doctor Mysterio, which surprised the living fuck out of me when I saw that. When I noticed that in 2016. But the only the only good thing to come out of this dumpster fire of a movie is the fact that Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball, hated it so much. Now, this came out in 2009. He hated this movie so much that in 2013 we saw him come back to Dragon Ball. He's not the active mangaka, but he came back. He wrote a script for the Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods movie, for Resurrection F, for Broly, for Super Hero, and he gives pointers to the new mangaka Toritaro, for the new arcs. So yeah, since 2013, Dragon Ball has had this huge revival because of this movie, because Toriyama hated this movie, because he tried to push them in the right direction, but they ignored him. They ignored him. Hell, even the writer or director, whichever one it fucking was, came out years later and apologized. I mean, he was a couple of years too late, but still, at least he made an effort to apologize for this god awful movie. Well, that's me done. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this this little rant video. I'm gonna take a nap because I still hate myself for forcing myself to waste an hour and 15 watching Dragon Ball Evolution. I need to put myself into timeout.